What up, YouTube? This is Whatever Robert. Today, I'm talking about my RC crawlers. One's very old, one's a clone of the old version, and we're going to talk about it. So check it out. Right here is my 1986 or 7 Tamiya Bruiser. This has RCW four-wheel drive conversion kit to the 1.9s. These are steel wheels, updated tires. I have a rig I made for the servo. I drilled some holes and put some a servo mount there. An old Tamiya Bruiser has a big piece of plastic here, right here, and the battery goes right this way. So what I did was I took some thick plexiglass, screwed it on, and add Velcro strips, double-sided plexiglass right here. I use a Traxxas remote, so I put it there. This is because the LIPO one blew out and I had to use this to use the crawler. I do have lights on the body. As of now, it's just these. I didn't put the turn signal ones in yet. I got the rear end to sit lower. I shaved those body mounts down, and I use these to put it on. They're body mounts, and I just screw them in so the body don't move. Right there in there is a center console. Don't know if you could see it, but I made it out of foam. I'm gonna use that putty to put over it to paint it, and then I'm gonna redo the dashboard in here. The mirrors. This body's from the 2012 clone of the rebirth of this Bruiser. As of now, I got some knockoff axles on this rig so I could do the conversion of the one, the big tires to the 1.9s. I am buying the axle Yoda ones to put on this because I want to keep it as original as I can. Right here is the clone of the 2012 rebirth of the Tamiya Bruiser. This body was on my Bruiser. It's dusty, but I wanted to make it because I had my decals from the original Bruiser and I wanted to use them, but to buy this piece and this piece separate, this was $30, this was $40. It's a lot of money to put on an RC body. However, I got this because I used to have a Tamiya high lift that was stolen from me, and I'm a big fan of this Toyota body. But I have a little dude in the back. I got a phone. I have some suitcases, and I found a newspaper for it to look scale. I did the same thing, lowered the body mounts, and put screws there. The underside of it because I didn't bring a screwdriver, and it's easier to see what I've done. I did the same thing and did away with all the black plastic back here. So as of now, I got a piece of metal right there to hold everything in place, like the receiver, the ESC and all that, and then I got the battery tray right here. This is heavy enough in the front with the motor, so the weight is equal. I bought an Amp Pro off of Shapeways to mount my servo here, but this horn right here is always busting off, so what I'm going to do is put a double bolt here to make it turn better. Here's my G-Made. This here, put a pallet. I made these right here, the tie-down straps, and made the little hooks to look real at least. I made the bungee cords. It's got a decent front end. And we're going to flip this so I can show you the rear end. Nice axles, nice steel frame. It's pretty much stock. Again, I got the Deans. it had LIPOS, but all my batteries blew up. So now I got to redo everything, especially the old Tamiya. I changed all these over to be beefier. It's a nice rig, but it's kind of front heavy. So I put the battery back here to try to level it out. I made the toolbox, a sleeping bag, a little gun. I had a WWE wrestler back here in a body bag, but I took it off. But this is my G-Made. This is my Red Cat Everest G7, I believe. I always forget what I own. This is pretty much stock. I didn't change anything. Everybody knows how this top goes up. And the kickstand you put right back there. That's where the battery goes. It's got the stock everything. So I gotta really want to take this off, maneuver the stuff back here, and then probably get the one transmission up front and put a transfer case right here to try to do something different. But this is my stock one. I actually got this on a trade. I had an axial Wrath that I didn't want. I did so much with the Wrath that I didn't want it anymore. But I made this little catch. When you crawl, you can catch and crawl. It got stock. Another toolbox I made. More tie-downs with them hooks. I think I did pretty good on the hooks. But it is what it is. You know, I've been in the RC since I've been 16, so most of my stuff is pretty old. This one is very heavy. My XCX10. I've had this since it was brand new. My old Clodbusters. I had two old Clodbusters. The Chevy body one and the rig top. I customed the rig one, the bullhead one. Sold that body. Put a Hummer body on the, a Chevrolet body on that one. Then I kept the white one for the original Claude. A guy had this brand new in a box, not even open. He seen my two Claudes and said, "Hey, I would love to have them Claudes. How much you want for them?" I said, "Well, I'd like to get another crawler out of it, mainly a scale crawler. And I got a guy that wants to offer me some." So he said he had this brand new. He'd give it to me the way it was, out of the box, fresh. So I said, sure. So that's how I got this. It was a trade. And I've done nothing to it. I added these new pieces. But I didn't do that one. I added a green front servo arm. I do gotta hook mine up. They're getting a little old and I've yet to touch them because all my LIPO stuff burnt up. So this one I think burnt the ESC up. My Tamiya one burnt the ESC up. So I gotta change a lot of stuff. And folks, this is the one that I despise for some reason. It caught fire from a LIPO. And I had to get a new tray. New wires, new everything. So I had this laying around and I put it in. You can tell it's freshly put in. It's not even tied down. You can still see that. So yeah, this ain't LIPO anymore. It's twisty nice. It twists real nice. But I'm not really into twisties. What I want to do is get a scale chassis and take all these axles off and take the trail arms off and make a scale crawler out of it. So, hey, if you're out there in YouTube land and you like this one and you got a scale one you want to get rid of, you could have this one. I'll trade you. That's my RC collection. I have two more. I have an RC10 buggy that's gold pin that I built back in the 80s and I still have it. I have an RC10L road car. It's a pan car that I built a year later in that era, and I still have those two. I've had so many nitros and I got rid of them. Now I'm basically just in these RC crawlers. I own a Jeep, so I want crawlers to match. So I do have two Jeep bodies that I want to put on a scale chassis. That's why I'm trying to get that twisty one, a scale chassis, so I can use the Jeep bodies, make it something that I like. This is Whatever Robert. Hit the like button and smash that subscribe button. Whatever you do, make it fun.